G'day all you wonderful people, welcome to Adventure Together. My name's Al and today we are seeing quite a few things, but this is going to be a momentous occasion, as you can tell by the title, because you've probably already read it and then gone, I might just click on this and see what happens. Well, you're going to see what happens. What's happening today, people?
We're hitting 2,000 miles.
Woo!
Yeah, 2,000.
So when we hit 2,000 miles, that will mean that we only have 194.3 miles to go till we finish this godforsaken odyssey, this journey, this Lord of the Rings trek to Mordor that we've had. 6 months in the making. Oh, well ready for it to be over and to be away from Muse.
I'm leaving. Not that way. That way is muddy.
She ate all the honey buns.
No, I didn't.
Goodbye.
These leaves look beautiful, like an explosion of stars and stardust in the cosmos. Love it. Welcome to the trail in the northeast. A very steep, eroded path. So sometimes you come to these rock walls and you have ladders and everything, and then other times,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, sometimes you get to these rock walls and it's just like, here's some roots. Hope you can let yourself down.
And this rock is super, like, slimy, slick.
I'm just gonna go and throw my poles down.
That's quite far down, Panda.
Yeah.
How tall would you say this rock ledge is?
So I'm like 6 foot, I don't know, probably 9 foot.
9 foot, straight down, no ladder, just a collection of dead roots and trees that are growing out of the rock. Wonderful.
Lame. Thank you.
If you want to slide your pack down.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that and make it a little bit easier on me, because what the fuck?
Emily, your mother's watching this.
Oh god, not again. She asked me last time, she said, I saw that video where you said fuck, and you apologized to me. She said, I don't care if you say fuck. So, this one's for you, Mom. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuck this rock. Oh, thank you, Rob. Appreciate you.
It's alright, because there's still 2 more in here.
Are you feeling it?
I think a 9 foot slick granite rock is not a good part to have of the trail. You can see the side of the trail gets more use than the actual trail itself.
How can you call this rock a trail?
Well, it's got a white blaze on it.
I don't see white blazing.
The white blaze is right there on the tree behind you.
Oh. We spotted it. The rare white blaze.
Very elusive.
Right, trustful, catch me, guys.
Jump into my arms.
Woo! That is honestly the worst sign ever.
Shit sandwich for a sign.
That's a Dollar General of signs. What's it feel like to only have 200 miles left of trail?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's lifting the spirits for sure. Just think 200 miles in, we were at Klingman's Dome. Now we've got 200 miles left. We're in the middle of nowhere.
I could drive 200 miles in like 4 hours.
Yeah, but you don't have a car now.
That's true. But I got these legs.
Got the Subarus.
I got the Subarus. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm being slow.
200 miles left.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. Less than 10% to go. Turns out we celebrated early. There's a much better sign here that we didn't have to make. We didn't have to make the last one, but this one much better. 200. train to main seal of approval. This has to be one of the most beautiful viewpoints that we've been to. Over the rocks again, with rain on the horizon.
So it's raining. It started raining and it's pretty heavy rain. Emily checked the weather this morning. Emily, what did you say it was percent chance of rain this morning?
A 1% chance of rain.
1%. One. So, 1 in 100. If you'd have put a pound on, you'd be getting £100 back. 101 pounds, because you get your original pound as well.
No rain, no Maine. I like rain. Woo.
It's rained on us every single day in Maine so far, and I'm pretty sure now that Maine is just wet. That's it, and it's going to rain at some point during the day. A brief costume change before we tackle this beast of a hill. South Crocker Mountain, 2.1 miles to the pinnacle. And when we get there, we will be just 0.1 or 0.1. I'm not allowed to say naught because it sounds weird, doesn't it? Apparently the Americans don't understand what a naught is. 0.1 to 2,000 miles.
About to get into the 2,000 miler club.
Yeah. We did it, 2,000.
Guys, what have you found there?
I destroyed the sign. Remember how I destroyed the 1,000 sign by accident?
Yes, I remember. Cuts a clip of you kicking the 1,000 sign over.
Oh god, I kicked the stick.
Oh no.
I destroyed it.
We've got it on film. 2,000 miles. Panda, what does it feel like to be at 2,000 miles?
Well, it feels like I'm 2/3 of the way to needing an oil change.
Feels great. No, this is so exciting. I cannot believe we've hiked 2,000 miles. That number just blows my mind. I said that at the 1,000 mile mark. I was like, I can't even comprehend 1,000 miles. I know we've done twice that, and I'm like,
That's
wow.
from Boone to Las Vegas about it.
200 miles ago, we were climbing up Mount Moose Lock. We hadn't entered the Whites yet. Now, 200 miles from here, we'll be done. We'll be off at Katahdin. We'll be going home.
Over the last 2,000 miles, I've just heard lots and lots of people talking about, I know someone up ahead who says that this area is going to be really, really bad. Or I've heard things like, oh, this is really terrible, this awful, awful mountain. And it turns out to be just a normal climb. And I think there's a lot of people talking on this trail about what they think something's going to be in the future, or they maybe leave a comment on one of the apps and say that, oh yeah, this mountain is absolutely terrible, the descent is awful, and you go down it and you go, well, we've done things like this over and over and over again. And it's listening to other people's opinions about places when you actually have to get out and experience it for yourself, and you find that it's totally different to what others' version of it or the others' opinions of it actually are. And I think you can spend a lot of time in your own head worrying about what other people have said about something, and it's not actually true. Over there you can see a rare red panda, and over here you can see a sign that says Bigelow Mountain, Avery Peak, elevation 4,088 feet. And that's quite special, isn't it?
It is. This is our last 4,000 foot mountain until Katahdin.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've got another, what, 180 miles or something?
170 some, I'm not sure, but yeah, you can look out over the landscape and see that it's fairly flat until we get there.
Well, I can see a few lumps and bumps, but
And
nothing this
like
high.
this.
Nothing this high.
Nothing like we've come from.
And a quick pan round.
And that's what we've climbed over. So that's it as far as the really, really tall mountains. 4,088 feet, Bigelow Avery Peak. And we've passed the 2,000 mile mark. We're descending the last mountain. And now it's a bit easier, a bit nicer, a bit calmer until Katahdin. It all feels like it's wrapping up now. It's crazy. Ollie Roller, do you want to tell us what we were saying earlier about believing what other people say, the hype and the comments and things like that?
Yeah, I feel like I psych myself out reading far out comments because I feel like the people who leave the comments are the ones that were the most terrified or upset by a climb, and then I read it and I think, oh my gosh, this climb's going to be so bad, or this descent's going to be so bad. And sometimes it is, but the majority of the time it's way overhyped, and it's not as bad as people say. Maybe it's a little bit scary, but like we had a descent just yesterday and somebody said this was so bad that I ended my thru hike here. And it was like not that bad at all. It was like less than half a mile of rocks downhill. So it just goes to show everybody's different perceptions of different sections of the trail and what's hard and what's not.
For me, mentally, I found that not really keeping up with what's coming up and just taking it as it comes helps me mentally, because I do psych myself out when I know when someone's like, oh, there's a big climb coming up. And on my mind, I was like, okay, it's about to get hard, and I feel like that makes it a little harder than it actually is. But sometimes I just go into it blind. Next thing I know, like I'm at the top of this big mountain. I'm like, oh, well, it took me by surprise, but I didn't mentally exhaust myself thinking about, I'm happy that we've got through the last big mountain. I was sitting here thinking just a few minutes ago that past couple weeks I've been wishing it away, kind of like, oh, I can't wait to be done with this, but I don't know what else I'd rather be doing. It's hard, but so rewarding. When I have to go back to an office or whatever, and I don't get to do this every day. I'm very blessed.
Well, that was it for climbing over those mountains, and thank goodness it's over. So for this video, that's it from me. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. At the top of South Crocker Mountain, we will be 0.1 from we will be 0.1.
I think you should restart.
No, I can cut it together. I will be 0.1. These guys will be way far behind because they're losers.
Wow. I'm leaving.
Very happy. Oh my god, why'd you tread on my trekking pole for?
I tripped over it. I thought I broke it.
I thought you broke it.
I mean, it's already broken. It can't get a
That
whole lot
one's
more
not broken.
It can't get a whole lot more broken than it is, okay?
Oh, so this is what we do here. We break other people's stuff and then say, nah, it was already...
It up nicely. Look at that.
Get up that damn mountain.
You get up that damn mountain.